What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Jump Rope to Freedom. In today's video, I'm going to share 4 breathing strategies that I use to help me with my exercise sessions and my jump rope sessions. The first strategy that I like to employ whenever I'm exercising and whenever I'm being in general is to use my nose as much as possible. Breathing through your mouth is much more inefficient than breathing through your nose. Now, breathing through your nose is going to be much easier if you are doing a less strenuous activity. For me, jump rope is a less strenuous activity than running 10 miles on the treadmill. Where my cardiovascular level is going to be different from other people's cardiovascular level. At my current cardiovascular level, I'm able to jump rope where I'm doing 10 to 15 3-minute jump rope sessions while I am exclusively breathing through my nose during those sessions. With jump rope, my heart rate is not going to be as high as it is in a speed 2-mile run on the treadmill where I'm running at a 12-minute pace on the treadmill, or I'm running 10 miles at a 7:35, 7:40 minute pace. There's going to be some differences there. So you have to be cognizant of your cardiovascular ability, where you are currently, and then how easy it's going to be to breathe through your nose exclusively. What I try to do with jump rope is I'm able to breathe through my nose exclusively, and I have no problem. When I'm on the treadmill, however, and it's a longer run or it's a faster run, normally I can start and do the first couple of miles if it's a longer run, breathing through my nose only. But then I'm not at that cardiovascular level yet where I can breathe through my nose exclusively. My first strategy is to breathe through your nose as much as possible. If you need to, you can do something like this where you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can do this. If you have to use your mouth. But if you're breathing through your nose only, it should look something like this. Very simple, but it's not so simple to be cognizant of how you're breathing when you are in a difficult exercise bout. The second strategy I like to do, and this is oriented toward lowering my heart rate, and I use this mainly when I'm running on the treadmill, and especially either doing a very fast run for me or a long run for me, is to make my exhale longer than my inhale. Now, it doesn't matter if you're breathing through your nose exclusively or you're breathing through your nose and your mouth. If you can make your exhale longer than your inhale, that's going to help over the progression of the exercise to lower your heart rate, which is going to make it more sustainable for you to finish the exercise. So say you're on mile 7 or 8 of a long run. I was on that today. I focus on making my exhale longer than my inhale because my heart rate is up to probably 160, 170 at that point because I've been running continuously for close to an hour. What that does over the course of 30 seconds into the next minute is to get my heart rate down a few beats so that it's more sustainable for me. Because if my heart rate continues to increase, then I'm going to become gassed. I'm going to have to get off the treadmill. So the way that you make your exhale longer than your inhale is simple. It's simple as it sounds. You do something like this. And that's if you're breathing through your nose and your mouth. All you want to do is make your exhale longer than your inhale. So again. Trying to get all that air out of your lungs. That is going to work over the course of 30 seconds into the next minute of getting your heart rate down a few notches so that you can continue to progress in your exercise. A third strategy that I use is a strategy that Navy SEALs use, and it is called box breathing. I don't use box breathing when I'm doing a strenuous exercise like jump rope or running, but I do use box breathing whenever I engage in meditation or whenever I'm walking. All box breathing is inhaling for 4 seconds or 3 seconds or however long, but I recommend 4 seconds, holding the breath for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, and then not doing anything for 4 seconds, and then repeating the process. So it looks something like this, and my count may not be exactly 4 seconds, but this is how box breathing should look. Now you notice that my inhales weren't as long as 4 seconds. It's because I'm just getting over being sick. But it can be challenging to get the inhales longer. It truly depends on getting your back straight and making sure that you can breathe in and fill your lungs with air for 4 seconds. The exhale I had no problem. But remember, you want to inhale for about 4 seconds, hold for about 4 seconds, exhale for about 4 seconds, and then do nothing. Don't breathe, don't inhale for 4 seconds. It's a great way to lower your heart rate. It's a great way to practice mindful breathing, and it's also a fantastic way to get better at breathing. Now, this fourth strategy, this is my favorite strategy, and I got it from listening to Andrew Huberman's podcast. The breathing exercise that I learned from Andrew Huberman is called a physiological sigh. All a physiological sigh is taking 2 back-to-back inhales followed by a long exhale. So it looks like this. Physiological sighs are good for reducing anxiety. Physiological sighs are good for reducing your heart rate and becoming more relaxed. But what I love physiological sighs for are for defeating cramps mid-exercise. I have always been susceptible to getting stomach cramps, especially on runs. I wish I had known about this 10 years ago. It would have saved me on a lot of hard runs that I was doing. Physiological sighs are a great way to defeat cramps while you're in the middle of a workout so that you can continue to work out. Just today, I ran 10 miles, a little over 10 miles, and I was just getting over fighting a head cold. So it was my first day back exercising on the treadmill. I had probably 5 or 6 instances where I felt a cramp start up in my lower abdomen. I did 3 or 4 physiological sighs. Each time the cramp went away. And I started getting the cramps on probably mile 4 or 5. I got a few more on 6 and 7. And then toward the end, around mile 9, where I was thinking, oh man, I want to make it to mile 10. I don't know. All I did was a physiological sigh. I did about 4 or 5 of them. 30 seconds later, the cramp went away, and it was as if it had never surfaced in the first place. I have had to get off the treadmill before because of intense stomach cramps. So for me, the physiological sigh is a game changer. If you suffer from cramps while you're exercising, first, I would encourage you to hydrate. But if you're still suffering from cramps during exercising, try a physiological sigh. It is a easy, proven way to reduce or even eliminate cramping while you're exercising. And remember, all you need to do is this. So you do 2 back-to-back inhales through your nose and then a long exhale out of your mouth.